War creates legends. Names like generals, presidents, and famous commanders fill our history books. But behind every famous victory, there were ordinary men and women whose courage changed the world, yet history almost forgot them. Today we remember the forgotten heroes of World War I and World War II, the angel of the battlefield, Edith Cavell. In the chaos of World War I, one woman stood against cruelty, not with a weapon, but with compassion. Edith Cavell was a British nurse working in German-occupied Belgium. When the war broke out in 1914, she could have fled to safety. Instead, she stayed. Her hospital treated soldiers from both sides, German and Allied. For her, humanity mattered more than nationality. But Edith did something even braver. She secretly helped over 200 Allied soldiers escape from occupied territory. She hid them, treated them, and arranged safe passage. Eventually, she was arrested by German authorities. At her trial, she did not deny her actions. Her final words were powerful. "Patriotism is not enough. I must have no hatred or bitterness toward anyone." She was executed in 1915. Her death shocked the world and inspired thousands to stand for courage and humanity. The soldier who wouldn't fight, Desmond Doss. Now let's move to World War II. Imagine being a soldier who refuses to carry a weapon. Desmond Doss was a U.S. Army medic during the Battle of Okinawa. Because of his religious beliefs, he would not carry a gun. Many soldiers mocked him. Some called him a coward. But when the battle began, everything changed. Under heavy gunfire, with explosions all around him, Doss ran into danger, again and again, not to fight, but to save lives. One by one, he carried wounded soldiers off a deadly cliff. 75 men survived because of him. Each time he returned into gunfire, he prayed, "Lord, help me get one more." He became the first conscientious objector to receive the Medal of Honor. His story reminds us that bravery doesn't always look like violence. Sometimes true courage means saving lives. The spy no one suspected, Noor Inayat Khan war, is not only fought with guns. Sometimes it's fought with silence. Noor Inayat Khan was a British spy of Indian heritage during World War II. Soft-spoken, gentle. A writer of children's stories before the war. No one expected her to become one of the bravest spies in occupied France. She worked as a wireless operator, one of the most dangerous jobs in espionage. The average survival time was only 6 weeks, but Noor stayed active for months. She transmitted secret messages under constant threat of capture. Eventually, she was betrayed and arrested by the Nazis. Even under brutal interrogation, she refused to reveal information. She tried to escape twice. Her final word before execution was "Liberté," freedom. Her courage helped resistance movements survive in France. For decades, her name was barely mentioned. Today, she stands as a symbol of quiet strength. The Harlem Hellfighters. Not all forgotten heroes are individuals. Some are entire groups. During World War I, an African-American regiment known as the Harlem Hellfighters fought bravely in France. Despite facing racism at home, they proved themselves on the battlefield. They spent more time in combat than any other American unit. They never lost a trench. They never surrendered a soldier. French soldiers honored them with medals. But when they returned home to America, they were not treated as heroes. Their sacrifices were overlooked for decades, yet their courage helped pave the way for civil rights progress in later generations. The women of the resistance. During World War II, thousands of women across Europe worked secretly in resistance movements. They carried coded messages. They hid Jewish families. They sabotaged enemy operations. Many were never officially recognized. Some were teenagers. Some were mothers. Some were teachers and shopkeepers before the war. History often remembers the generals, but these women risked torture and death without expecting fame. Their bravery reminds us that heroism is not limited by gender or rank. The Codebreakers of Bletchley Park. In England, inside a quiet country house called Bletchley Park, a secret war was happening. Mathematicians, linguists, and puzzle solvers worked day and night to break enemy codes. One of the key figures was Alan Turing. They cracked the German Enigma code, shortening the war by an estimated 2 years. Millions of lives were saved. But after the war, their work remained classified. Many codebreakers returned to normal life, unable to tell anyone what they had done. Their heroism was silent, but powerful. History often highlights leaders and famous battles. But wars are won by medics who refuse to give up, spies who endure torture, soldiers who fight discrimination, women who resist in silence, thinkers who fight with intelligence instead of weapons. These are the hidden pillars of victory. What can we learn from these forgotten heroes? Courage has many forms. You don't need fame to change history. Standing by your values can inspire generations. Humanity matters, even in the darkest times. The next time you hear about World War I or World War II, remember, beyond the famous names, there were countless others. People who didn't seek recognition, people who didn't expect statues, people who simply chose to do what was right. History may forget them for a time. But today, we remember. Because true heroes are not measured by how loudly their names are spoken, but by how deeply their courage changed the world.